I believe this to be a 1949 Crosley hotshot, and some probably would call it America's first sports car. Crosley was a real genius and envisioned that the returning veterans from the war would want something that's pretty exciting to drive. So this was his entry. That's a 4-cylinder engine, overhead valve, all of 44 cubic inches with 26.5 horsepower. But don't scoff, because the weight was so low that this car was capable of going over 70 miles an hour, and actually had been on some racetracks. So, you know, this quite the car. Now, this material here is very light and hard to read, so I have given reference to an article about the Crosley, which I think you'll find very interesting. You know, it's the first car to have an all-steel station wagon body, because they made a station wagon version of this. It's the first car to have disc brakes in the United States, 4-wheel disc brakes in 1950. Unfortunately, they didn't last. They rusted together, so they had to be replaced with regular drum brakes. But at any rate, this guy was a real innovator, a real genius. He was in radio. He owned station WLW, I think, in Cincinnati. That's where he was from, and he owned the Cincinnati Reds, and was the maker of Crosley radio and television sets. So the guy was a real genius, real entrepreneur. By the way, that's the hood behind the, or in front of the spare tire there in the back. It's not really propelled by hinges. It just kind of turn the key and you can get the hood right off. And you notice complete instrumentation there.